So, you know, the third presidential debate is tonight, and let's just say WikiLeaks and some pretty interesting things have come up. I mean, the other day there was where the Clinton campaign, well, not really their campaign, but someone that worked for Clinton tried to bribe the FBI, and James Comey. I mentioned this in my first video, but James Comey, I met you. You did a speech. I thought you would be an honest guy. You would do it, but you would, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But, it seems to be me that people nowadays only care about money and favors. And the Clintons, they're good at bribing people. I'll tell you that. I mean, if you research how many people have been killed that have been related to the Clintons in some way, there's 46 or so. And now there's a chef, one of the Clintons' main chefs that came out that used to work for them, that said that she would call some of her servants the N-word, which is so bad. And she's calling Trump the racist. Yet one thing, she's calling them needy Latinos, and then she says Taco Bowl Americans, and then she's making fun of Latinos, and then she calls this guy the N-word. Now, also there's two things that came out past day or so. And it's massive corruption. Project Veritas, they have been going undercover into the People for the American Way. They're one of their initiatives and getting people to vote. And they've been videotaping the people that they've been interviewing, Scott Fovel and others. And these people all work for Clinton. They're all funded by George Soros, who is a Nazi collaborator, and that's obvious. And on video, they're caught saying that voter fraud is real, and they've been doing it for 50 years, and they're going to keep doing it because of the Republicans claiming that there is voter fraud, and they're just going to find new ways to do it. This gets me so angry, because you could see how many elections were rigged then if they've been doing it for 50 years. Or we could have a whole new country. We could have had a whole new country. A different country than what we are now. Right now, we are on the brink of war with Russia. I guarantee you. Trump, he doesn't want war. He doesn't want us to die. And Clinton, she's been pushing this whole agenda with Russia, because she wants war with Russia. I mean, and the WikiLeaks that were released, she talks about a shadow government that will take over the government if something bad happens. But going back to Project Veritas, they're courageous people for doing this. I give them a lot of props, because I'm scared of the Clintons. I'm scared of who they are. They're people that are involved with them. They're criminals. They are criminals. And honestly, right now, with those videos being out there, I think if she wins, a civil war maybe. I think a civil war between the people of America, because this has got to stop. This has got to stop. I'm 15. I want a country to live in. I don't want my country to be destroyed by globalist elites. Trump is trying so hard, and that's what the globalists are afraid of, because they know the American people are finally catching on to what their plan is. So, back to Scott Fovel, who they should all belong in jail. Now, Scott Fovel's been fired from his job, but in an interview, he claims that they've been busting people into Iowa from different states. That maybe that's why Iowa's been going towards the Democrats more recently, because they've been illegally having voters come from other states into Iowa and other states to vote. He also claims that they've been doing it for 50 years and they won't stop. And this is what he said, and I quote, "It doesn't matter what the legal and ethics people say. We need to win this mother, So basically, they're willing to do everything. Trump has to expose this. I know he's talking about voter fraud and the election being rigged, but people have to come out. Everyone has to come out. New videos, new WikiLeaks have to show the corruption. Because this has got to stop. This has got to stop. I'm so angry. Because a criminal could be our next president. A criminal. It's very tough. I don't believe any of the polls. They poll 7 to 20% more Democrats, and then they say, oh, Trump is down 7%. Oh, Trump's down 11%. I wonder why. And I bet because they're trying to demotivate the Republican turnout and the voter turnout for Trump. That's what they're doing. But also, they're also putting out those polls just because they know there's going to be voter fraud. This video shows it. And it's not like they're not denying what is happening in this video. They're just like, oh, God, we got to fire all these people. Well, if Trump loses, there's going to be a war. His people, the people that support him, are so sick and tired of what is happening in politics. It's a whole corrupt system. And I've talked to friends and family members about politics. It's something that interests me, but seeing the way it's rigged, seeing the way people are viciously attacking one another, I don't know if it's something I want to be around. And we're right now as a country, we're going down a wrong path. We're going down a really, really bad path. Do we want to be controlled by globalist elites who have their own agenda? Or do we want the American people to run our country? And I also want to talk, this other part of the video that came out by Project Veritas. One woman said, oh, I hope you don't tell anyone what we're doing here because, it's illegal. We're doing voter fraud. They're admitting to it. And the Democrats and some of my family members are saying, Trump's got to stop complaining about voter fraud and the rigging of election. Well, it's proven right here. If they had any common sense, they would just look up what is being said and what is happening, what is actually happening. I'm scared because I don't want her to be our president. She does not represent what I believe in. She does not represent what Americans should believe in. And also I want to address Casey Neistat. First off, we know why he did this. He met Clinton when she was a senator. She said, oh, I want to thank Casey for this. And then they've probably been friends, maybe had each other's phone numbers. But he was paid off by her to address his YouTube crowd and said, I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton. And then he started talking badly about Trump, like all Democrats do. But he does not have any common knowledge. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm 15. I have a whole life ahead of me, but anyone that supports Clinton and makes fun of Trump and calls him racist, misogynist, bigot, he's only doing it for himself. Listen, he said, Casey knows that, he said Trump's only doing this for himself because of his ego. He had a big business, a huge business. He made tons of money. Do you think making $1 billion and going from that to 400,000 as president, do you think he would just do that because of his ego? No, because this is something he really cares about. And huge. The crowds at his rallies are gigantic. The other day there was, I think, 30,000. The day before there's like 21,000. Hillary can't even get 200. And I read a thing. I watched a video where they were interviewing some of the people at her rallies, and there were kids from a high school being brought in by a field trip from their liberal teachers. So they might not even be able to vote. And she's just making it look like there's a huge crowd when she has to go to public events to have her message through on. I mean, there was a festival in a city. There was a festival at a park, and she put herself on a stage there, and she started talking, and they were interviewing people at the festival. What are you here for? And most of them said, the festival, not for Hillary Clinton. So despicable. And, you know why she did that with YouTube? Casey Neistat trying to get his younger voters to vote for Clinton is because she knows she's losing. The internal polls showed the truth. All the internal polls show Trump's up 5 to 15%. The Democrats just want to demotivate the Republican turnout and the voters for Trump. It sickens me how corrupt the system is with the powerful in charge. Anyone that wants to change this system, anyone wants to, take the fight now to the Democrats because they've been rigging it for 50 years. 50! Maybe that's how Bill Clinton became president, because he rigged it. Maybe that. 50. Well, this is an interesting time to be alive, but I can't believe what this country would be like if Hillary Clinton, the most corrupt person in politics, the person that belongs in jail, is going to win. I don't believe it.